The origins of this whole Kodak Black and 1090 Jake beef can be traced back to when Kodak Black did a song with 6ix9ine.
Nigga, how you lose your bitch to a snitch? I'm a one-man army, I ain't never need a click. Say, I done came a long way from them bricks, I don't give a fuck, I'm making $1 million plays with it.
And the interesting thing about this is, while Kodak Black was getting backlash for doing a song with 6ix9ine because he's a quote-unquote street rapper and 6ix9ine is a rat, he actually shouted out 1090 Jake while on stage.
That's why I salute 1090 Jake. Put all these out there. I got shit to do, I have people to take care of.
He saluted 1090 Jake for essentially saying, I'm still anti-snitches, so I applaud 1090 Jake for exposing these rats, but I still got a family to feed, so I'm still going to do a song with any rat who wants to pay me $1 million for a verse. Kodak Black shout out was complimentary. There wasn't no static and no smoke up until that point. And then 1090 Jake did his video where he broke down the Kodak Black and 6ix9ine situation, and he had these words to say about Kodak Black towards the end.
Now, do I feel like this is career ending? Not at all. I mean, ain't nobody really snitched and it was career ending. But it is a stain on his career. And on behalf of Florida and the bros behind the wall, I'd personally like to invite Kodak to do an interview. Because I'm going to ask the questions the streets want answers to. I'm going to ask questions I personally want answers to. I'm a fan of Kodak. And obviously there's some type of mutual respect if he's shouting me out and he likes what I'm doing. So at this point, I'd like to ask him face to face, person to person. And hopefully we can come to a mutual understanding. If he fucked up, maybe he'll say he fucked up. If he feels like he's gonna stand on it, then he's gonna stand on it.
1090 Jake put Kodak Black on notice. He told Kodak Black, hey, listen, me and you gotta do an interview because the streets wanna know certain things about you doing a song with that rat. And I speak for the streets. So I gotta ask the questions the streets wanna know. So me and you gotta sit down since you did a song with a rat. Now, apparently Kodak Black ain't really like 1090 Jake's statements all too much because he would react to it on his IG Live, and this is what he had to say about it.
Have that conversation, you never know. This might be the start to a 1090 podcast. I just know that this is bigger than just me doing a video.
You just know this bigger than him doing the video. People like to personally hear from him. I'm a realist, bro. Like, I'm a realist. So like, when I shot at this nigga out on the stage, it was just solely on. I like how you be putting up in there, paper and bashing and shit. But if we're gonna look at the reality of all this shit, fam, and all that stupid shit though. I ain't know you was saying like, oh, I'm saying about when I said the shit on the song, like, ain't like you out there to let me go in there on verse, me ain't going on verse. I ain't know he was trying to rip like that. Or he explaining himself in the song, basically like he knows up for. If I would have never did this shit, and then you putting the shit on the beginning of the shit, like, oh, he this and what? Friend, y'all don't even know what's going on. So why y'all speaking on shit y'all don't know? You snitching. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of little shit like, friend, come on, man, bruh, and sucker.
If you ain't understand the ninjanese and ebonics that Kodak Black just tried to relay, I'll break it down for you, right? So Kodak Black essentially first stated, what you mean you gotta ask a question that you personally want to know? Why is it personal to you? Essentially saying that him doing a song with 6ix9ine got nothing to do with 1090 Jake, so it should never be personal for 1090 Jake. Then Kodak also said that when 1090 Jake pointed out the fact that Kodak Black says, how you lose your bit to a rat, he was talking about Annuel, and he said that 1090 Jake pointing out that Kodak was talking about Annuel, that's snitching as well. So at this point, the gloves are off. So 1090 Jake will respond back to Kodak Black on his own IG with more accusations towards Kodak Black.
This is why rappers fuck with me, they DM me, they FaceTime me, but they don't want y'all to know that they fuck with me. Cause if I do a video on them, they gonna act like they never fucked with me. And I ain't even talking about Kodak. I done spoke to rappers bigger than Kodak. But speaking on Kodak, you made a video dissing me, saying I'm snitching for talking about the lyrics that somebody lost their bitch to 6ix9ine. And apparently it wasn't Annuel whose bitch was in the video. Apparently it was somebody else. But Staying on the lyrics, it says you a one-man army. You ain't never need a click. But I wanted to interview you about how when you was a one-man army in the feds, you were rocking behind the Bloods, and then you just did a song with the biggest rat that ratted on the Bloods.
Is that for like Z's ain't that big across America?
Now, I didn't even say nothing about this dude saying that you was in protective custody in the feds and you never even hit the yard in Big Sandy. I didn't even talk about that. But there's a lot of people that were hitting me up after the video I did on you saying they was there at that time and you never touched that yard. And you saying that breaking down who the one is that lost his girl to a snitch is snitching, even though there ain't no crime involved. Is this snitching? Writing a lawsuit the second you get to a prison saying that you getting beat by the COs because you don't want to be at that prison and you was allegedly on PC at this is that snitching? Is it snitching when you name drop the COs that are supposedly killing you slowly, doing all type of shit towards you? Is that snitching? Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe that ain't snitching. I know this ain't snitching, but one of these two things can actually result in somebody getting arrested, investigated, fucked up, right? Now, I wanted to interview Kodak to be a voice for the bros that's behind the wall that can't ask the questions that I was gonna ask. Wasn't gonna be no beef shit, wasn't gonna be no extra shit. But instead you decided to take it to Instagram, even though Adam22 was already in communications with you about setting up the interview. We could have did this face to face. I'm gonna ask simple questions, you gonna have simple answers, and we would have left it at that. But the only reason there's any negativity going on now is because you decided to do a video with a rat.
That was a month ago where 1090 Jake is accusing Kodak Black of damn near snitching. Now, fast forward a month later, 1090 Jake himself is in the midst of his own snitching accusations where people are claiming that because he wrote a grievance letter to the warden of the jail, pretty much accusing the COs of lying on him and lying about an incident that took place, people are saying that that is snitching. And one of those people being Kodak Black's lawyer. Now he's on his own Instagram trying to get some get back for Kodak Black because he didn't appreciate 1090 Jake calling Kodak a rat a month ago. Law for Ronan stated, "This story is strange. This gentleman wanted an interview with Kodak about his feature on a record. When he didn't do the interview, this guy came out and said that somehow Kodak told on jail guards. When I filed a lawsuit against guards, part of the basis for the commutation for failing to allow Kodak access to religious leaders and abuse that was telling. Meanwhile, I just got DMs from a person with docs where Mr. Cherry, aka 1090 Jake, gave a sworn statement as a witness in a shooting and gave a statement to police." Now I see why Kodak Black called that man daddy, bruh. A lawyer is trying to shame somebody for allegedly telling. That's wild to me. Absolutely wild. Now, 1090 Jake will respond back to his claims that some dude showed him paperwork of 1090 Jake snitching. 1090 will say, "You a lawyer, request that shooting case and see nobody existed in that case. Talk about why Kodak ain't come out his cell." Now, Kodak's lawyer, Law Ronan, responded back and he said, 1090 Jake, "I don't know about no one existing. From what I saw, it says you gave a sworn statement to the police describing the shooters and allowing them to interview you. Then he or she sent me another doc that says you told the police where a firearm was located in someone's room and gave the guy's name. I'm just saying what I read, my man." The first incident I believe Law Ronan is talking about is when 1090 Jake was 14 years old. He broke his aunt's window with a BB gun. So he lied to the police and told the police that two dudes came and shot up the window, which the report confirmed that the holes in the window was consistent with a BB gun. Now, the other case in terms of identifying where a gun is in someone's room, I don't know. I've never seen that paperwork, Brett, but, you know, 1090 Jake is now urging him to go ahead and find the paperwork and prove that he did indeed snitch. I don't know what's going on or who snitched or who didn't snitch. But what I can say, man, listen, it never felt better to wake up today as a civilian. To wake up knowing that I don't have to worry about the stupid politics of the streets, bro. That I don't have to worry about somebody pulling up some report from 20 years ago when I'm 11 years old and try to contort it and shape it into thinking that I'm a rat. Bruh, it's dumb. And anybody who's living their life like this, bruh, you are stupid. Why would you obligate yourself to shit like this? Especially when there's no clear-cut definition of what snitching is, meaning anybody can pull up any paperwork where you ever had any interaction with the police and contort it and shape it and change it to fit their narrative, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, man. But before you guys leave, Click on the video somewhere on my screen to find out why DJ Envy threatened Tyrese during his interview on The Breakfast Club. I'm going to see you guys in this video, right? Find out why Tyrese got threatened by DJ Envy for saying this during their interview. I'm going to see you guys in this video, right? Out of here, folks. Peace.